I'm Edwin Warfield. I'm the publisher of Citybiz, and I'm honored today to be interviewing Andrei Papancea from NLX.
Very nice to meet you, Edwin, and it's a pleasure to be here today.
Can you tell us about your childhood in Romania, your early interest in programming, and your journey to the United States?
Certainly. For as long as I can remember, I've enjoyed solving problems, and programming was sort of like my creative outlet from an early age. And back when I was in 5th grade, my family opened up an LLC so I can actually legally sell to different businesses like websites and web development services. And that pretty much just continued throughout my I guess time in Romania all the way to when I came to the United States for college. I've been here ever since, and really one of the main drivers of how I've learned a lot of what I know today, especially from a computer science, software engineering standpoint, is by doing. I've always taken on projects that I didn't always know how to do, but I had a creative interest in it. So I would take on the project and essentially just spend a bunch of time and trying to figure out how things work. And through that, I ended up working on all kinds of interesting things, from low-level operating systems all the way to front-end engineering, cloud architecture, and you name it. And yeah, I came to the United States for college. Attended a school called Knox College, a small liberal arts school down south from Chicago, and then came straight to New York to get my master's at Columbia University, both degrees in computer science.
Can you tell us about your stint at American Express and the decision to start NLX?
Yeah, when I joined Amex back in mid-2015, I was fully in charge of all the different technical aspects revolving around their conversational AI platform, which I pretty much built from scratch. And that kind of allowed me to catch an early glimpse into the current state of what conversational AI is, how the technology works, and kind of the art of the possible. And by the time I left American Express, I ended up delivering essentially the conversational AI platform that was handling 90% of all of the AmericanExpress.com and the Amex mobile app traffic. And during that experience, I realized that conversational AI-powered applications could be built better through a platformatized approach, and where essentially data and analytics are first-class citizen, not like, let's say, an afterthought. So just the power of data at scale is critical with these applications, and that was a key learning at Amex.
Can you provide us with an elevator pitch and some of the key milestones in starting the company?
Yes, absolutely. Well, first of all, NLX is designed for powering conversational experiences. And in a nutshell, we enable organizations to build, manage next generation, as I mentioned, conversational experiences, which are personalized conversations that are automated, integrated, measurable, and highly scalable, available anytime and anywhere, whether that's chat and voice. And our core platform, NLX Studio, essentially was launched to production fall of 2019. And the inception of our latest product, Voice Compass, started December of 2019 with a formal launch in December 2020, concurrent with being an AWS advanced technology partner and a travel and hospitality global launch partner with AWS.
And so can you drill in give us a little more granularity on what conversational AI is? What is the artificial intelligence being used in your conversational AI?
Yeah, sure thing. Well, think of conversational AI as an application of artificial intelligence concerned with building sort of tools and software that can engage in and simulate human-like conversation. And colloquially, these things are known as chatbots, smart home assistants, phone call or smart IVR assistants, and so on. So in a nutshell, that's what conversational AI is. And it's just using the power of artificial intelligence to extract context out of spoken language, whether that's textual or spoken, like voice.
And Voice Compass is your product targeting the conversational AI. Can you tell us what are some of the key features of Voice Compass?
Yeah, well, in a nutshell, Voice Compass is designed and it's delivered as an interactive customer self-service experience that automates and streamlines tasks that would normally require a live agent to complete. And within Voice Compass, the user is at the heart of the experience, and Voice Compass moves the customer moves essentially the customer service experience from a simple, let's say, voice and text interaction, in the sense that it evolves the natural language and AI capabilities of current chatbots and voice assistants to include images, videos, and strategic use of existing digital channels like websites and mobile applications. So in a nutshell, you're using the power of voice and audio concurrently with, let's say, a visual medium like a website or a mobile application to just allow the user to absorb information faster and better, and enable them to self-service. And as part of this Voice Compass experience, the customer data is pretty much integrated seamlessly with any systems of record that our end customer might have, and it really creates this next generation personalized customer self-service experience. If anyone is interested, you can actually try Voice Compass out on your own. It's free. You can go to voicecompass.ai and try out our self-service demo.
So you recently hired Dr. Joan Bajarak as your head of user research. Can you tell us about her background and the other members of the team?
Well, Dr. Joan Bajarak is recognized in the market as one of the leading influencers in voice technology, and she joined NLX as our head of user research to help Voice Compass essentially push forward the product to the next level through data-driven and user-centric approaches. Now, our overall team members have worked with and come from a wide range of top companies, such as Apple, American Express, in my case, DocuSign, Google, Nuance, Intel, and so on. So overall, we're just really grateful and fortunate that, and for essentially NLX's ability to attract top talent.
And so what is your go-to-market strategy?
Alliances and channel partners have been at the core of our go-to-market strategy to date. Key amongst these is essentially a very productive and strengthening partnership with AWS or Amazon Web Services. They've opened many doors to brand accounts that we would have had otherwise a much harder time opening on our own. And beyond that, our Voice Compass demo, the free demo I referenced earlier, has been a tremendous door opener. And basically allows us to accelerate our go-to-market and essentially sales activities.
Last year, you were part of the C5 Accelerate program. Can you tell us about the program and its impact on you and the company?
Absolutely. Well, we found out about the C5 Accelerate program through our co-founder, Peter Serzo, who had a connection to them through his Princeton University alumni network. And once we met the C5 team, we were impressed with all of their backgrounds and professionalism and overall commitment to focus on real-world problems. And the fact that C5 reacted to the pandemic very quickly and designed the virtual accelerator cohort focused on urban resilience in virtually, again, record time, was really impressive to us. So we decided to join their cohort and really pairing our high tech with their network and expertise, especially in the public sector and government, create this perfect, let's say, storm, so to speak, in that regard. We've learned a lot from them, and they've also made some amazing introductions. One of our current advisors, his name is Rob Meyerson. He's the former president of Blue Origin. He's also a C5 team member and just an overall great resource for our company. And we're grateful for his contributions to date. And beyond that, we've had the opportunity to engage in wonderful just sessions and become more informed and a stronger team as a result of the overall experience.
Can you share some of your clients?
We are not able to disclose client names at this time, but we work with like retail companies, restaurants, resorts, and many airlines. We're also implementing an energy efficiency device installation program for a Fortune 100 electricity utility company. And by mid-year, we will roll out a multi-country consumer program for one of the world's best-known beverage brands. So we're a few months away from being able to talk publicly about a lot of these customers, largely because a lot of our current customers are very large companies that take some time and effort to get them to agree to public referenceability.
And so what are your future fundraising plans?
So we're currently a privately held company, and in the second half of the year, we're planning on doing a Series A to fund the increased sort of like scaling and growth that we're experiencing. Beyond that, there's an interesting race condition where we're weighing in whether we can secure the funding and essentially secure sufficient sales to self-fund without capital raising. But we'll largely just decide that in towards the end of the second quarter of this year. And then we're really appreciative that our initial, let's say, investors gave us more than just money. Like they've opened a lot of doors and critical advice, support, market introductions, and stuff like that. And really, it's put us in a much stronger position as a company than just money alone. So we're very grateful for that.
So what is the future of voice tech, and what role will NLX play in that?
Well, voice technology is already widely available, but it's only used in a limited number of use cases, such as getting weather updates, turning on lights, playing music, and stuff like that. And in the future, we see the scope of voice technology and interactions broadening as you can integrate more systems and provide more value to the end users. And we believe that a large part of that will be accomplished through multimodal experiences such as Voice Compass.
Well, Andrei, thank you for your time. It's a fascinating space, and we wish you the best of luck with your company.
Thank you so much, Edwin. Pleasure being here, and thank you so much for having me today.